Don't you have work to do?
Out of curiosity, so the smoke takes 5 seconds maybe. There's a limit to what we can do with the terrain otherwise. There's some physics. That looks extremely dangerous. We would be open from both sides. Door there, doors there. Permanent reflex booster. Just wondering what's the purpose of this entire area. Couldn't think of a purpose for it. But a permanent reflex booster will do. Well, shit. Health booster. Checkpoint. Wonder how unhealthy it is to just jump there. Full health, full armor, decent amount of ammunition. These are looking good. Shit. I have assault rifle ammunition now. I think I'll dump the pistols if I can get a chance. can see pistols being cool, but I don't see them being all that useful. Assuming the lower pathway is blocked or heavily guarded. That went fairly well, I guess. Mainly because we got all of them at the same time. So even if we did take some damage, doesn't particularly matter. That said, I don't actually know how much it doesn't matter or does matter. Main problem being, I don't have a good grasp on how much the armor matters. The health seems to be a thing that you can probably get to 100 and maintain it there for the most part. At least two. Otherwise there would be no point in communicating. Want to make sure I picked up all the weapons. extra armor. I think it restores something like 30-35 armor, so since we have 85, there's no point in taking it now. Well, this looks like we lost the necessary amount of armor. Health is still good, so mostly okay. Yeah, I could have used a grenade. We have a full amount of grenades anyway, so nothing to gain by not using them. How much is the delay? Not that long. It's hard to say how effective it's gonna be though. Full health, full armor. Pistol doesn't even have all that much ammunition either. I think it's mostly there so you can look cool. Do these explode? They sort of look like they do. That's an alarm. Did it actually work? Health, armor, ammunition here.
The data's uploading now. Interesting. I found a wastewater analysis summary addressed to an F.E.A.R review committee. According to the abstract, there's some major contamination coming from upstream. I can't imagine why F.E.A.R would be interested unless they're responsible.
It has at least 2 health packs and the armor here now. 2 armor and 2 health packs, I'd say. So a lot of fighting coming our way. 3 armor maybe. A grenade, 2 armors, 2 medkits. What is that? Light, probably. But if I would have to take a guess, large area filled with enemies. That it? I suppose the grenade did something good. Even though I don't think I got the kill with it. I think I basically flushed them out from there, so they all more or less ran into that kill zone. So it did its job, although not directly. We're in good enough of a condition that I don't feel like we should go back to get anything. I also feel the grenades are like not something you should hold on to. So, I mean, you can easily get by without a single grenade, but at the same time, you could take advantage of the grenades you have. They would make things easier for you, so definitely should use it at every opportunity. Right. Guess the reason I'm crouching is not necessarily because it's somehow super useful in this game. I've gotten into the habit playing other games where it's makes you quieter and harder to notice. Usually firing more accurately too. I have no idea if it actually does any of that shit in this game, but feels somewhat more comfortable moving while crouched. Standing still at least seems to make your shots more accurate, if nothing else. Okay. F.E.A.R operative has engaged a second replica army, throwing enemy forces into disarray. S.F.E.A.R teams are preparing to assault Armacham corporate headquarters. Enemy strength is presently unknown. Body found in Auburn has been positively identified as Charles Habeger, an Armacham researcher. Mission: primary goal remains the elimination of Paxton Fettel. Secondary goal is to determine enemy objective in the area. Forward melee was crouched to perform slide kick. Yeah, that's way too complicated with this control scheme. I can see why the melee is in the mouse originally. Forward melee jump to perform a bicycle kick. That's why my melee attempts initially were so pathetic, because it was just a melee attack on an enemy that had noticed me. You need to use specialty moves. The thing is, even in fighting games, they're usually the more interesting moves are very tough to perform for a player who hasn't played the game extensively. So I feel that I understand why you would want to make a more the obvious way to make a more interesting melee system is to add complexity to it, but it rarely works really well because they're so unreliable to perform that no one really wants to use them. At that said, I have felt that there's zero need to use melee so far, so I don't really want to complain about that. Don't even bother trying. Don't really see much of a need. Unless you could basically surprise an enemy entirely, then sure. But even then, if I have to gun down a single enemy, all the melee work before that and trying to take things down with minimal amount of noise is wasted anyway. So I feel like it's much more reasonable to just gun everyone down anyway. Because that's like that's what you have to do probably in 99% of the cases anyway. Against a group of enemies, there's no way you can take all of them down in melee unless you go from cover to cover, maybe retreat occasionally. It gets way too complex, so better just put a bullet in them. That's it. I'm also a little bit unsure Where do I need to hit to kill things? Headshots kill, yes, but sometimes when it hits the body, I don't know if much is a cheat. They might go down, but they don't die. So I'm not sure if I'm doing some damage to them, or are they simply not dying from body shots. I don't know. Might be if we get a lone soldier somewhere, might actually be a good idea to simply test it out. Try to kill it with a few different ways. See how many body shots, for example, it takes to kill it, where we can clearly see we are hitting the body.
Jen, any word on Jankowski?
No, but I found some human remains. Impossible to ID without lab work.
That can't be him. His life signs are a little unusual, but he's definitely alive. He's got to be around there somewhere.
I'll keep looking.